Hello and welcome to Jeopardy at Home. I am again your host, Alec Michelle. It's a pleasure to have you back this week, and to all our viewers, we say, may Trebek be unto you. Thank you very much for joining us. There's no time to waste this week because we have a particularly exciting game. Let's go ahead and jump right in and say hello to our contestants. Our first is a challenger from Los Angeles, California. Let's say hello to Quinn. Quinn, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I'm excited to have you on the show. We say hello also to our second contestant of the day. Our second contestant is Horrible Monster. Horrible Monster, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Long-time viewer, first-time guest. I'm happy to be here.
Very exciting to have you on the show, Horrible Monster. We're looking forward to seeing you competing with the contestants. Of course, you know who the third contestant is. It is Hannah, who had a decisive victory last game, 6,000 points. Hannah, pleasure to have you back. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really excited to compete against this monster whose identity is totally unbeknownst to me. Just kidding.
I'm a little bit interested by that, actually. I want to start with Quinn. Quinn, I want to ask you a little question to get to know you better. I do already know that you're something of an expert surfer. Tell us, how is answering trivia questions similar to hanging 10?
I guess you just really put yourself on the line in each case. Yeah.
You know what? I think that's true, and that might just be the key to success today. Horrible Monster. It's a pleasure to see you. I guess I'm sort of curious if we're in any sort of danger having you on the show, or do you come in peace?
I come in peace, but get ready for some terrifyingly good answers.
Oh no! Oh God! Where are you from, Horrible Monster?
Calabasas.
Okay. And Hannah, I have to ask, we had a series of streaks. Champions were staying on for a long time, but now there's been turnover. You might be the first back-to-back champion in quite a few games. Do you think it's fair that you have to play against a non-human opponent?
It's fair. I do. I think I'm feeling up to the challenge today. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Quite a challenge it'll be if Horrible Monster's prowess is anything like his deep, booming voice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the categories. We have 5 today, per usual, and they are logos. They are logos, island nations, body parts, remakes, and fairy tale villains. Hannah, you seem to be the least scared by Horrible Monster's haunting visage. So let's go ahead and start with you. That first clue in fairy tale villains still on the board.
Let's go with logos for 400.
Let's do it. This logo. And that is Horrible Monster buzzing in first.
What is Nike?
That is correct. It's like nails on a chalkboard hearing you speak, but that is the right answer. Horrible Monster, where do we go now?
Let's go to logo 600.
Okay. This logo. And that is Magic. Quinn.
What is DreamWorks?
DreamWorks is correct. Back to you.
To me?
Yes, you get to select the next clue.
Oh, okay. Let's go Island Nations 600.
Okay, jumping around. This East Asian nation and member of the G7 is comprised of nearly 7,000 islands. A little cautious out of the gate here. Quinny Magic back on the board.
What is Indonesia?
Indonesia is incorrect.
Oh no.
Does anyone else care to buzz in? Member of the G7 economic groups of advanced nations, and no one buzzes in to identify Japan. Looking for what is Japan there. Quinn, back to you.
Let's try Island Nations 400.
Okay, stepping back down. This Latin American nation was ruled by Prime Minister Fidel Castro from 1959 to 1976. Horrible monster, was it then?
What is Cuba?
That is correct. Horrible monster, if I may ask, what form of government do you support?
Democratic Republic.
Great. Horrible monster, it's your board.
Let's keep going with Island Nations 800.
Prime Minister Ardern announced that this country officially hit 0 COVID-19 cases on June 8th, 2020. And that's Hannah buzzing in.
What is New Zealand?
New Zealand is correct. Everybody getting on the board right now. Hannah, where are we going?
Island Nations 1,000.
All right, finishing it off. Big points. Of all island nations, this country ranks first in population, geographic area, and number of islands. That's a big island nation. Which one is it? No one buzzing in quite yet. Is Quinn getting help? We don't even know. And nobody buzzes in to identify one that was said already. Indonesia is the answer here. What is Indonesia? Hannah, back to you.
Let's do body parts for 400.
Okay. These spongy organs are filled with bronchioles that absorb oxygen into the blood. Horrible monster.
What are the lungs?
The lungs are correct. Horrible monster, you don't eat body parts, right?
No, I'm a vegetarian.
Great. Okay. Horrible monster, back to you.
Let's go with logos for 800.
Okay. This logo. And that's Hannah.
What is John Deere?
John Deere is correct. Got a big old tractor from that.
Let's do logos 1,000.
Okay. This logo. People playing it safe on the thousands, choosing not to swing big. It looks familiar, but what is it? Nobody buzzes in. It is Prudential. We're looking for Prudential. All right, Hannah, back to you.
Body parts 600.
Okay. This organ, located just above the intestines, filters blood, metabolizes drugs, and secretes bile. I hate to say it, but Horrible Monster has just buzzed in.
What is the liver?
That is correct. Sort of a concerning anatomical knowledge. Horrible Monster, back to you.
Let's go body part for 800.
This is the human body's largest organ. I almost hope he's incorrect, but Horrible Monster.
What is skin?
I don't like you saying that word, but yeah, that's correct. I'd sure love to stop showing you the answers for other questions before we get there. Horrible Monster, where do we go?
Let's finish the category.
These small glands located throughout the body are responsible for filtering bacteria and fighting infection. Hannah buzzes in.
I don't think this is right, but I'm going to say prostate.
Prostate is a good guess, but it is not correct. Lose 1,000, but took a big swing. Does anybody else choose to buzz in? I'm pleased. Oh no, the Horrible Monster buzzed in.
What are lymph nodes?
Yeah, lymph nodes are correct. All right, Horrible Monster. Fairy Tale 400 is still available.
Let's go remakes for 400.
Okay. This film has been made 4 times, most recently in 2018 with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. They stole our heart. Hannah, what's the name of the movie?
What is A Star is Born?
That is correct. You're bored.
Let's do 600, same category.
This F. Scott Fitzgerald classic has been adapted into a film 4 different times. Quinn Magic, back in the game.
What is The Great Gatsby?
It absolutely is. All right, control is yours. Down a little bit. How do you play it?
Oh, let's do Fairy Tale Villain 1,000.
Okay, I like that strategy. Reminiscent of past champion Will. In the Disney adaptation of Sleeping Beauty, she is the villain who poisons the princess. Horrible Monster has a guess.
Who is Maleficent?
Maleficent is correct. 1,000 points snagged by the monster. All right, Mr. Horrible.
Let's go remakes for 800.
This historical novel about a bell ringer with a deformed spine has been adapted many times, including by Disney. That is Quinn Magic.
What is the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yes. Everybody's popping off right now. Quinn, where are we going?
Let's do Fairy Tale Villains 800.
Okay. This diminutive Brothers Grimm villain can be vanquished by speaking his name. Reaching way back to Germanic tradition for this one. Horrible monster, who is it?
Who is Rumpelstiltskin?
Rumpelstiltskin is correct, and I hate to ask this, but is there a way to vanquish you?
No, I am immortal.
Damn. Where are we going? 400 fairy tales still on the board.
Let's go with remakes for 1000.
All right. This haunted novel was adapted twice before becoming an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical and then becoming a movie twice more. Quinn Magic.
What is The Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz is a good guess. That is not correct. We love the swing, but it is a miss. Hannah or Monster? Does anybody need these points? Everybody backs away from this one. Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera is what we're looking for. Quite a legacy for that weird little story. All right, 2 left. I believe Monster, you're putting more now.
Let's go Fairy Tale Villains for 600.
600. This tentacle villain is the antagonist in modern versions of The Little Mermaid. That is Quinn Magic.
What is Ursula?
Ursula is correct. And finally, we end with the 400 clue up for grabs. This beast successfully raced Little Red Riding Hood to her grandmother's house. And that is Hannah.
What is the big bad wolf? Something
Yes,
with
any type of wolf. Big and bad works just fine.
okay, great.
All right. We take a look at the scores after the first board. Quinn, human being, trivia extraordinaire, 1,000 points. Solid first board. Hannah, champion, 1,400 points. Also human. And horrible monster who hasn't moved or blinked this entire time, 5,400 points. So the way we're going to play it this time, with a little update courtesy of previous champion Cameron Cohen, award shows is the category. Text me what your wager is right now. Quinn, you've got 1,000 points to play with. You can wager up to 1,000. Hannah, you've got 1,400, and a horrible monster. I feel like you might be omniscient, but you have 5,400 points, if you don't know that already. So go ahead and text me what your wager is, and then we're gonna look, give you 30 seconds to then text me your answer, and we'll see what the final scores are. So I've got Hannah's bet in, I have Quinn's bet in, and I have the horrible monsters bet in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the clip. This award show is one of many celebrating the best in film and TV during the year, but it's the only whose winners are chosen by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. 30 seconds to text me. And that is time. All the answers are in. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the responses are. We start with Quinn, who had 1,000 points to play around with. Her wager was, she made her wager publicly, which is a bold move. She wagered a full 1,000 points, and her answer was the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes is correct. It was the award show by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. 2,000 points to end the game. Great job from Quinn. We go now to Hannah, who had 1,400 points. She wagered only 1,000, but also came up with a correct answer here. So 2,400 points for her. And finally, the horrible monster did not need to wager anything, but chose to wager everything. He went all in with 5,400. He responded with the Golden Globes. 10,800 points, the second highest all-time total in a single game, and the horrible monster is victorious. Quinn, I want to come to you. This is your first game. You did a great job. 2,000 points on the board. Are you satisfied with the result?
I think so. I made it out alive. So
And
that's good.
Hannah, you had a great run, a huge win last week on Friday. How does it feel to end like this?
It feels fine. I'm just continuing in the tradition of short-lived winners.
That's fair. Huge respect to Quinn and Hannah. Thank you both so much for playing. I guess I'm just sort of upset because suddenly now I have to deal with Horrible Monster on Friday's game and potentially beyond. Horrible Monster, what's your deal?
Scaring people is my day job, but Jeopardy is my passion. I'm here for the long haul, baby.
It sounds like bats are flying around in my head when you speak. I really can't stand it. But I guess we will see you on Friday. Everybody, thanks for playing, except not you, Horrible Monster. We'll see you all on Friday. Thanks so much.